heard a voice called across the wind.
A voice. My thoughts were prayers. What vision I have seen, no words have said.
The dead. Their souls are strange upon the air and cannot find their way to paradise. Perhaps they spoke.
Or cannon far away.
Oh no.
Alas. And did you live in Dormamy?
Before they came. But now the great shells have not left a house. Not one. Even the church, Jean's church, where she heard the angels speak, is broken to the ground.
Jean dwelt once, in a prison far from home. There was a day. She can forgo the church.
But no, we will rebuild it stone by stone. There's not a villager shall rest till it is whole.
There's better work to do for Jean than build a church.
And let her think that we have forgot again? Or that we are afraid?
It was so long ago. And now.
But Jean is Dormamy. We think of her as if she had not died. In early spring we make a pageant. Every spring for Jean. To show her as a girl, here where she lived, and heard the voices first. A shepherd's girl. In clothes like these. Like yours. I was the maid. Last May.
You, Jean, and rode a charger too, in armor like a man's? And were you mocked until you crowned the king that day at Rheims, thrown in a cell, and burned, all in the play?
You saw it then. Perhaps you live nearby.
Nearby.
And are you coming now to find the things the soldiers would not batter to ruin?
Not I. No. No.
Nor I.
What then? A hidden relic in the church?
I should not seek for that in Dormamy. The one I wore so many years for luck about my throat, I gave to the lad who played Jean's lover in the fete. Relic and ladder, buried in a ditch beyond our house. How should I know?
And so you came,
I came to pray to Jeanne d'Arc,
trudged all the way, through blood and mire,
to pray her come again. They say she hears when May is young, and that her spirit flies close, close to Dormamy, when leaves are new and tender things are born.
You'd have her come? Is there not strife enough? France has good friends, and all the kings are crowned.
Jeanne d'Arc could make an end of war. She'd stop the guns. When she was just a girl, alone, and mocked, she took a sword and flashed it through the land, until she pressed the foe upon the sea. And would she not today? Shall one love France the less for being safe in paradise?
Poor Jean.
It was a miracle.
I do not know.
She was so young, so slight, yet all her soul burned as a torch. A spirit lies in Jean to wake the dead. If she should come, we could not wait and wait, gain here, lose there, hide in trenches, wait, and drag the war to years. No, she'd show the way. No girl this time, but saint. She'd draw her sword.
No! No.
Jeanne d'Arc without a sword.
Without a sword.
It was her strength. She saw it in a dream.
Jean had her soul before she had her sword.
A soul against the guns.
It's the only thing they may not break.
But who would know Jeanne d'Arc without her sword?
Hush. She'll weep in paradise for that.
I love her.
She hates her sword.
You dare. She carried it the day they crowned the king.
The day she failed. Poor Jean. She did not know. Peasant girl must never crown a king, nor fight his foes. If she had known. If she had only known.
But Jeanne did know. A spirit showed the way.
She would have struck the king, there as he knelt, and killed him with her sword. It was her sin she did not kill the king. He was the foe of France. For all kings are foes of all the men they rule. How else should they send men to death for little things? But what that a king can fear is worth the death of one peasant lad who loves the sky. Jeanne was no saint. She was a shepherd girl who did not know how things would come to pass.
The voices spoke.
Oh yes, the voices. Better had she heard her pitying heart.
Jean was a soldier maid. Her pitying heart was about the girl.
It was herself. The most of her. The flame. And it shall leave when she shall come again.
A pitying heart, the leader of a host?
Yes, yes. A pitying heart.
And what host then?
A host of pitying hearts, which kings shall fear more than defeat and death.
It is a dream, as mine. A dream.
The voices were not more.
If that were true, Jean would be here today, and my prayer heard.
An army, kings shall fear. A silent host, scattered, bereft, mourning at broken hearthstones in all lands, hating one thing, a hate that makes them kin, stronger than blood and bone, the hate of death, which is their love of life. These Jean shall lead, the brooding ones who give in grief and tears, knowing so well the end. The wrath mountains left, where kings have passed. These Jean shall find.
Women of France.
Women of all the earth shall be Jean's strength. And she shall go to them in peasant clothes, a maid. And where she finds a woman at her toil, she'll stop and say, would you have back your dead? And by their answer, they shall follow Jean until her army, swelling like a flood, pours down the earth undammed. What can the kings build up against this tide? The woe and rage, impatience and despair of all the withheld women of all years, borne down them at last. What can they do if men no longer mad, but grim with agony and blood and death, leap from the trenches, break the mighty guns, and with the women turn their faces home? Oh, in that hour, the puny king shall see, as some great mountain, blotting out the sun, the shadow of our wrath, and no defeat, all kings alike, but people shall be free.
Jean and the women. When?
She was a peasant girl.
A peasant girl. Voices. It was the maid herself. I'm afraid. Silent feet along the hill, across the window veiled eyes peer. The hosts of lovers, young and deaf, go seeking down the world tonight, remembering faces, warmth, and death, and they shall seek till it is light. Then let the white flaked logs burn low, lest those who drift before the storm seek gladness on a hearth and know there is no flame can make them warm.
The recruit. He had a woodland look, half startled said, as if his eyes, slight thirsty, had not learned to wake accustomed on earth's joyous day. A child whose merriment and wonder burn in harmless flame even his uniform, was but a lie to hide his wind-wild grace, whose limbs were rounded youth, too supple warm to hold the measure of the street-made pace. Music and marching, colors in the sky, the crowded station, then the train farewell, For all he had the glance, excellent, shy, that seemed to marvel, more to see, to tell. Yet with his breathing moved, hid by his coat, a numbered metal disc strapped around his throat.
Voyage. Out of the night I hear a voice, out of the sea a cry. The swift white arms of the reaching waves toss as we pass them by. The foam hands grasp into the emptiness and sink in the black to die.
I lean to the night, I lean to the sea, to the round unround of blue, where the barren stretch of the moon-laced waves divides the world in two. There is no comfort in the dark, I may not come to you.
Thank you all for coming.